barley. But this word also means fear, as in terror or fright. The word for barley is se'orim. The root of this word is sa'ar, that also means terror, but it also means to sweep away terror, as to remove it. So here we have an ability to seek redemption, or seek the truth to find redemption, our ability to sweep away the things that frighten us because of it, but we're not always going to totally get rid of that uneasy feeling, because the idea of half a measure of barley illustrates sweeping away that is incomplete. It is also in our lack of belief or faith that we struggle with those things that bring forth fear. We assume that the opposite of love is hate. In reality, the opposite of love is fear. Hate is simply a byproduct of fear. I don't understand a certain group of people. The media feeds me full of ideas, so I follow along with the rest of the people, and I hate this group of people that are actually doing good for my country. And in 1939, a guy by the name of Adolf Hitler started this trend, and he grew this national hatred of Jewish people. They didn't know why they hated. All they knew was that they hated. So, because they were afraid. These people were going to ruin the country if they continued to exist. We're afraid of them. We hate them. So with this in mind, we can consider that if we yearn for and deeply desire redemption, deliverance, and restoration, we will dig to expose the truth of the word of Yahuwah according to his spirit and direction, sweeping away fear and unbelief, making room for a true love according to Yahuwah. I have to love my neighbor as myself. It requires me to love myself in a way not to make myself all that in a bag of potato chips, but love myself in a way that prepares me and makes me capable of loving someone else the way I want to be loved. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you is a golden rule. Anyway, so we go on to verse 3. Yay, we made it to verse 3. All right. And I said to her, oh, see, verse 3 is the official take a sip of water verse. L'chaim. All right. Verse 3. And I said to her, you shall sit solitary for me many days. You shall not play the harlot, and you shall not be any man's wife, nor will I be yours. Okay, well, nor will I be your wife, or nor will I be your husband, because he hasn't quite gotten to the 21st century where that's confused yet. So let's take a look at what this verse might actually say if we read it in the language that it was written in. The first phrase of this verse literally says, and I said towards days. So we can consider that Hosea is saying in your lifetime or regarding your lifetime. There is no word for solitary for me in this verse. It simply says, you shall abide many days. The word for you shall abide is teshivi, that from the root yashab means not only to abide, but also means to be inhabited, caused to be inhabited, or to be given in marriage. The word for many days is rabim. Rab also means great. Yom, aside from day, means a lifetime. Literally, this word means a great day. So if we are focused on seeking the truth in the word of Yahuwah, we have no time to play the harlot, and as such, we are not swayed by dogma, doctrine, and tradition that goes contrary to the word or the truth of the word of Yahuwah. Thus, you shall not be any man's wife. You will not enter into a spiritual connection with any dogma or doctrine that's been concocted by the Adam. The last phrase actually translates, I will assemble towards you. So I'm not quite sure where it says, nor will I be yours, but it says, I will assemble towards you. The name Hoshea means deliverance. So if we are focused on seeking the truth of the word of Yahuwah, we have no time to play the harlot, and as such we are not swayed by dogma, doctrine, and tradition that goes contrary to the truth of the word of Yahuwah, or redemption, deliverance, and restoration will assemble towards us. And often throughout the prophets, Yahuwah says, I will deliver you, I will redeem you, I will make a way for you, I will open a door for you. Constantly telling us that something is going to happen, that he's going to make a way for us to step away from falsehood. If we will believe and receive his word, then we can be called the children of his household. So, and I'm not giving anything away for Friday, so, yeah. Anyway, verse 4. For the children of Israel shall sit solitary many days without a king, without a prince, and without sacrifice, and without a pillar, and without an ephod or a teraphim. Let's just consider this from other things that we know. When Pilate was passing judgment on Yahushua, the Jewish authority was also present. This is an illustration of the world passing judgment on what Yahushua, the redemption, deliverance, and restoration of Yahuwah means. We have all kinds of dogma, doctrines, traditions from both Judaism and Christianity that have totally twisted the basic meaning of what Yahushua came to say. So the verse, in its most basic meaning, tells us that those who are restored and established because they recognize that there exists a mighty judge with the authority to redeem, deliver, and restore them according to the truth of his word, Bnei Israel, will cast off the dogma, doctrine, traditions, and decrees of religion and man's assumed authority that interpret and makes decrees according to their carnal understanding. The last verse is a result of understanding and seeking to adhere to the 4 previous verses. Verse 5. Finally, verse 5. Yay. Okay. I get scolded at home if it goes over 3, so no, I'm just kidding. I'll get scolded at home for making that comment later, so. When the truth is, okay, afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek Yahuwah Elohechem, that's their Elohim, and David their king, and shall stand in awe of Yahuwah and to his goodness in the latter days. So when the truth is sought and we cease trying to lean on our own understanding, we return, we make teshuvah and begin moving back in the direction of our Elohim towards Mashiach. David was called Mashiach. He's one of the 2 people in the Tanakh that are called Mashiach. Saul was the other one. They were the anointed of Yahuwah. Okay? We become the beloved. David means beloved of the King who is Yahuwah. We recognize the awesomeness of every aspect of our existence in Yahuwah, and we dwell in his goodness. The word for ladder is be'acharit, that aside from ladder or end also means the remnant and the reward. Those who are the beloved of Yahuwah will dwell in the days of the remnant and the reward, the great day. Everything in our relationship with Yahuwah Elohim hinges on one very important question. Do I believe that Yahuwah Elohim exists? The answer to this question, if yes, must not only inspire us to be to seek the absolute truth in his word, it must drive us to do so. If our answer is yes, we must develop a love that goes beyond our understanding, one that allows us to discard fear and the narrow-mindedness that it builds, so that we can recognize each person's measure of belief And then in love, patience, goodness, and kindness be the light that opens their eyes to seek Yahuwah Elohim with a restored desire. This is what Yahusha taught the Talmudim. We'll find that out when we get into our studies. It's exactly this. People are going to hate you, but you have to love them and continue to teach them. If they push you away, wipe the dust off your feet. Find someone that will listen to you. Everybody has a measure of faith. You're not going to affect everyone. Yahusha is the vine that gives life to his branches. Those who believe and receive in spirit and in truth are those branches, and every life that they touch is a fruit of that branch. We can have a real relationship with Yahuwah. We must take the time and put forth the effort to see beyond what the rabbis and the church fathers have told us. The truth is, in order to truly discover what Yahuwah, our Elohim, says the truth is, and what Yahusha, our teacher, who was sent by our Elohim, reinforced to us what the truth was and is. All of our discovery must be done in love. And we're going to finish this by taking a look at this well, it's verse 13 basically from Corinthians. This Paul is talking about love. But consider what is mixed into all of this stuff with love. He says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not love, I have become like a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. So, the tongues of men and of angels, are those doctrines and philosophies that we have today? Says, yeah, you're going to run into folks that believe in this. You have to love in order to help them to open their eyes. Though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and knowledge, and have all faith so that I could remove mountains, and have not love, I am nothing. So about every other week we have a new end times book coming out, and people are stuck in this end times thing and prophecy thing, and everybody wants all this stuff, and mysticism is all the rage, and we have to love these people. We have to open their eyes to what the Torah really says, and just a pinprick in their measure of faith to help them to begin to understand what the Word and what our Master and Teacher Yahushua was saying. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not love, it profits me nothing. So they were in pretty bad shape back in those days. They gave everything to feed the poor people, but what about today? We have, okay, all kinds of wealthy people. Well, I'm giving all this money away to feed the rich people. Churches and church ministries that are loaded down giving stuff away. They have a measure of faith. People that are being martyred, they have a measure of faith. We have to love these people and say, yes, you have a measure of faith. You're doing tremendous things, but have you ever considered this? Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy, does not exalt itself, is not puffed up, does not behave itself unseemingly, seeks not her own, is not easily provoked, thinks no evil, rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. I thought I got rid of all the F's out of here, but I guess not. Love never fails. And in this we have to continue and consider, what is the love that Yahushua was saying? That we love each other as we love ourselves, but love each other the way I have loved you. How did he love us? And the ultimate thing was that he showed that love up until the very end when he said it was finished. So it never fails. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, they shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. Okay? So we have a lot of prophecy books that have come and gone. Prophecies haven't come. The world didn't end in 2000. It didn't end in 2012. And things are going to come and go. We have to continue to love. The scripture says, in the end, people's love will wax cold. People's belief system will become cold. It'll get lukewarm. Because none of the stuff that all the doctrines and dogmas in the world are telling them is going to happen is happening. What do we have to do? We have to love them. Because it says, when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away with. And there's a whole lot of different translations to this. You know, Baptists like to say, well, that which was perfect was come because the Holy Ghost was given, and that's why we don't speak in tongues anymore. What is perfect? Well, Yahuwah is perfect. Yahuwah is Elohim, and Elohim is love. When that which is perfect is come. When love comes, everything that is halfway can be done away with. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as I have also known. Or I should really rearrange these King Jimmy sentences. And now abide in faith, hope, love, and these three, but the greatest of these is love. Hosea talks to us about going back and forth between idolatry and our relationship with Elohim. What motivates us to stay focused on our relationship with Elohim? Are we motivated because we're afraid to end up in darkness or some, I'll just say it, some Christian hell or some idea like that? Are we afraid and that's why we want to have a relationship? Or are we motivated by love that allows us to build that love and to escape false friends, just false dogmas, and escape our adulteries so that we can once again be in the wedding house with our Elohim? And basically that is the main gist of this, but love is such an important topic all the way throughout the Torah, the prophets, the writings, and especially in Brit Hadashah, that we have to explore it from time to time. And with that, we can say grooviness has been achieved.